Good morning, everyone. All I'm going to go over this morning is a little bit of malware analysis with, Lokibot Trojan. So I have my sample bin open up here. So what I'll do, I'll start off with the static analysis. TridNet, just let it load its definitions or it will lock up solid. So just give TridNet a second here. And as you can see, all the definitions have been loaded into memory. Let's drop our malware in and let's see what it says. It's saying it's a window control panel item. I don't think it is. 64, Win64 executable. So we don't get a lot of good information from that one. Next, I'm going to open it up in Detected Easy. And that takes a second. So let's have a look at Detected Easy. And as we can see, it's a portable executable 32-bit, so that's good. It says GUI, so I'm thinking there's a pop-up with this. It's an auto IT written script, so that's really good to know as well. Here in the advanced, I'm going to come and check the entropy, see if it's packed. And it is above 7, so it is packed. It has a section that is packed. Let's take a look here. Yeah, as you can see this, so there's something packed in the resource section. So that's cool. So that's good to know. Okay. Next, we'll open it up with exe info. As you can see, the image is 32-bit executable, made in 2020. As we've seen before, is an auto IT script. Exe info gives you the little hint, though, that you can try exe to AUT to decompile it. So I already have that program downloaded. We get a little warning here that says if you drop your malware in, it might execute. Yeah, good enough. So let's drop our malware in, and automatically, boom, it's decompiled. So now we can take a good look. Lots of obfuscation, and when you scroll down to the bottom here, this one large function, it looks like a secondary payload. This $J means it's encoded, and you just have these encoded strings. So we know just by seeing that, and this is a really big shellcode. It's huge. We know that the only way we can get that is to memory. Dump it into memory and check it out. So we'll come over here to our debugger. This is where I live. This is my home. So let's open up debugger and see what we can get going with this Lokibot Trojan. Okay, so I'm just going to grab my sample and drop in here. And we're going to lock up a little bit. Here we go. Okay, so let me see if there's any breakpoints set. Okay, virtual lock and is debugger present is already set. So what I will do, I will run to the first point and it comes up, is debugger present? Now, the debugger is going to check the PEB, and if it brings back a 1, that means it detects our debugger. If it brings back a 0, that means there's no debugger present. How we trick that, we come to the first return, and in the EAX register, you can modify this value to just bring back 0. And as we step over, you can see they test EAX to EAX to see if it's 0. And then the next step there is to jump not equal. And as you can see, ours is not going to run because it is equal. So next thing I'm going to do is run to my next breakpoint. We've already beat the debugger. And I'll just hit this. Let it run. It's not going to run. Let's see if I can just grab it on the breakpoint. And just give it a sec for my index pointer to catch up. And finally, that's a big one to watch for, guys. If you don't have this index pointer, it gets all fucked up and you try to go through it, it doesn't work. sometimes it doesn't, and you just the best thing to do is just reset it. That's all I found. So we're good. We're at our virtual lock breakpoint. So we're going to step over, and as we're going down, we're going to see the NT allocate virtual memory, which is a lower level call that virtual lock uses from the NT DLL.dll. So we know the second parameter on that NT allocate virtual memory is the base address that they're going to clear out. So we come on down to our NT allocate virtual memory. We come over here to our stack, and if this was fast call and it was 64-bit, it would be in your EDX register. However, here it is on the stack, the second parameter. So we'll follow this in the stack, and I'm going to step over. And as I step over, right here, in Little Indian Convention, it allocated the memory 500000 for this payload to be dumped into. So we come over here, we find it 500000 right here, and I'm going to follow this in the dump. And we run, and all of a sudden it comes back, and you can see this isn't an executable. So what it dumped first, I'm not quite sure. But we're back to virtual lock again, and it's going to dump something else. So we run through it again, and we're looking for a lower call here, NT allocate virtual memory, and I'm just stepping over here. And once we hit NT allocate virtual memory, we again follow it in dump. As we step over, you can see the memory allocation 540000. So let's come over here and we look for 5000. And sometimes it can take a minute because my eyes are not that good. Okay, let's look for it. Just double check here. 54. We're looking for 540000. 500. And there we have it right here. So it does take a second to find it sometimes. So we have our allocated memory region that it's going to dump. So we'll follow this and dump instead. And as you can see, it's all cleared out. Now, having run this program before, I know that once it dumps in, it executes. So I'm going to put a hardware breakpoint on this, and we're going to hit execute. Now when I press forward, boom, here's our dumped payload. It's fucking huge. Like, look at the size of this payload. And now you can see our Magic Bytes MZ right here is telling us it's a portable executable. Now, we can come and we can just grab this by copying, as I've shown guys before. Another way of doing this, um, well, I won't get into that actually today because I don't have the program on this one. So, so that's how you dump to memory. Now we just dump that, we dump this and we run it, and then we do a dynamic analysis on it. That's as far as I'm going to get in. I'm just preparing for my lesson with my Ukrainian friends, and that's as far as I'll go today. I'll be back in a couple days with some more videos, and really enjoying this making video stuff. So give me some likes, and I'll be back soon with some more. Take care.